wow, 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 it's very nice. Okay. When he says that, as soon as he says that, right, another person wants to eat. It's that friendly nature, and they're all feeding Krishna. Krishna is feeding them. He's taking from their mouth also and eating. It's 5-year-old children. You can see how if you have children at home when they have gone to their play home or school, you can see when they're all sitting together, each one will be taking out of another's plate. They don't know you shouldn't take it. They're all in that, and that purity, that age, 5-year-old, that age is full of pureness. So it is eternal and it is peaceful. That is when this is the starting point, the backdrop, we say, right? The backdrop of Brahma Vimochana Leela is this. This is happening. What happens then is Brahma is, so one question comes here. Brahma, what happens is Brahma is actually thinking, how is this possible? Just now this 5-year-old boy killed Aghasura. Now he's sitting in between Gopabalakas, eating out of their plate, eating out of their mouth. Is this our Supreme Lord? He gets a doubt in his mind. Why does he get a doubt? Because Maharishis and yogis and jnanis are doing a lot of tapas to reach that unreachable God. How can he be so reachable? How can he be so ordinary? Krishna seemed ordinary for Brahma. Also, we should not think Brahma is like that. It's Yogamaya who brings the thought in Brahma's mind. Why does Yogamaya do that? So that this wonderful pastime takes place. There are a lot of layers. Like I said, there are a lot of layers in this, but we'll try to understand it. So what happens is he gets perplexed. Is this our Krishna? Is this our Mahavishnu? Where we are not even reachable. They can't even reach. Nobody can reach Krishna. That Krishna is doing all these things. How is that possible? We are all learning so many Vedas. We are searching everywhere for Krishna just to feel that power of Krishna. And here Krishna is like an ordinary man. So what he does, he wants to test him. He's eating remnants, he's eating from their mouth, and everything he's doing. He is not our Krishna. He gets a doubt. So when he gets that doubt, he wants to test if it is really the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as everybody says. It is only the bhaktas who can understand Krishna, who can have this kind of a mellow and relationship with Krishna. In previous Aghasura's deliverance also, we saw that demigods were on looking at what is going to happen. They were all scared for Krishna, it says. When Krishna entered Aghasura's mouth, they were all scared. When he went inside, they thought, okay, Krishna is finished. That's why they are demigods and not bhaktas. 100% bhaktas. If you're a bhakta, you're actually fearless, they say. You will not have any fear. The Gopabalakas were true bhaktas. They did not have any fear. Krishna is there. He will take care of us, was their attitude. But demigods actually started crying, it says, when they went. So only the bhaktas can enjoy Krishna in the fullest potential. Krishna will become a small boy. He will dance in front of them. He will sing for them. He will beg them. He is ready to beg them also. It's said that when a pure Vaishnava is walking, a pure Bhakta is walking, Krishna walks behind them. Why does Krishna walk behind them? Krishna wants their foot dust, it says. Krishna likes bhakti and bhakta so much that he wants the foot dust. He will walk behind them. Here also, he behaves like an ordinary. How we say so much of chanting, right? We do before giving prasadam to Krishna. Here, Krishna is eating from their plate. Uttishta, he is eating their uttishta. So, Brahma wants to test him now. So, what does Brahma do? All the Gopabalakas are sitting and they are enjoying the food. What happens is they have calves. Till 5 years, only 6 years they can herd the cows. Now he's still 5 years, so he's herding the calves. Those calves will come and they'll be grazing there. When they are grazing there, what happens is the greenery of the grass keeps increasing further away for the calves. So they keep moving away. But these kids are enjoying their meal so much. They are making fun of each other. It is said, Krishna says, makes jokes also. He says, "Oh, bumblebee, have you come to eat my friend Brahmana friend Madhumangal, Krishna will say. When Krishna says that, everybody is laughing. Kids, right? How can a bumblebee eat Madhumangal? Madhumangal is so fat. One of the fat kids in that group is Madhumangal. And how can the bumblebee is so small? How can the bumblebee eat such a fat guy? They'll all think, and they're laughing, they're enjoying. The calves, as these people are distracted in eating and enjoying food, the calves are moving away from them. Suddenly, one of the Gopabalakas will say, hey, where are the calves? So they're all scared where the calves are. So Krishna will say, don't get up. You finish your lunch. I will go and search, he says. Krishna's service, you can see, we are seeing it in the terms of babies and Krishna and everything. But if you twist it 180 degrees, when you twist it, right? Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead. He is saying, you eat, I will go look. That means the inner meaning that Acharyas say here is that Krishna wants to serve his devotees. He wants his devotees to peacefully have lunch while he gets up from his lunch. He's still having yogurt rice in his hand. He still gets up from his lunch and he wants to go in search of the calves. That is Krishna. We think we are doing service to Krishna. No, Krishna will do much more service to us. We don't know that. We can't see that. So Krishna gets up and he walks and he goes inside the caves. He searches near the water. He searches everywhere. Calves are not there. Now he knows, he is aware. Why is Krishna aware of all these things? He is Sarvantaryami. He is in everybody's heart, everybody's desire, and what we need, he knows. So he will know that, Brahma has done this. By the time Krishna comes back, all the Gopabalakas are gone. Okay, they're all gone. Actually, how this story comes out is 𝓂𝓐𝓐 Goswami, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. This is part of Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, entire Krishna book is Canto 10, Srimad Bhagavatam. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 𝓂𝓐𝓐 Goswami is actually saying all these things to Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj has a curse that he's going to die in 7 days. And that time he comes to the Ganga, near the banks of Ganga, and he puts 𝓂𝓐𝓐 Goswami on the top and he says, what should I do in these 7 days so that my death is purposeful, it is good for me. So 𝓂𝓐𝓐 Goswami says, you have to listen to Bhagavatam. And Parikshit Maharaj accepts 𝓂𝓐𝓐 Goswami as Acharya from whom he wants to listen Srimad Bhagavatam. And it is said that because of that only all of us got Srimad Bhagavatam. When Aghasura's story comes, right? Why I took that story is because of this. I think I missed in the PPT. What happens is, at that time, that Aghasura's deliverance, when it happens, the children will not talk about it to their parents for 1 year. See, this Aghasura story happened when the children were 5 years, but they don't know to tell their parents. After 1 year, they will tell the story to their parents, and it is as if it happened yesterday. The children will feel as if it happened yesterday, they will narrate the story like that. But already 1 year has gone. So Parikshit Maharaj is very sharp. He will catch that point and he will say, how come 1 year old thing children can remember so well as if it happened yesterday? And that is when the Brahma Vimochana Leela will happen. So now what has happened? Krishna has gone out to look for the calves. Calves are not there. Time he comes back, all the Gopabalakas are also gone. Why are they gone? Brahma has hidden them also. What Brahma does is, Brahma takes both the calves and the Gopabalakas, put them into a mystic sleep in one of the caves. So this is what is happening. So Krishna thinks, what can I do? Now he is puzzled. So Krishna expands himself as all the calves and all the Gopabalakas. If you look at each Gopabalaka, see, one person, if you see, they have some characteristics. They have some color. First of all, the bodily appearance, right? Krishna will make sure he has the exact appearance of each of the Gopabalaka. He expands into as many Gopabalakas who were there, and he expands into how many ever calves were there. He'll expand himself. And then what happens? He will talk Each Gopa Balaka, how they used to talk, Krishna remembers that. He will talk like that only. If an outsider sees, they cannot make out it is Krishna himself. Every Gopa Balaka is Krishna himself. Every calf which was there was Krishna himself. He expands himself. And they will all return home. And here it is said that it is a very beautiful thing. This Brahma Vimochana Leela is my favorite, one of my favorites. It is said that Krishna is trying to fulfill all their desires. Why? See, every day when Krishna and the cowherd boys with the calves go home, Yashoda Mai is waiting for Krishna and she's hugging him, she's kissing him, she's saying, oh, you have so much of mud here, everything she's cleaning. All the other gopis, right, are stunned. They're all stunned looking at Yashoda Mai. Oh my God, Yashoda Mai has done so much of Sukruti that she has Krishna as her son. That heart of each gopi, they want to do the same thing for Krishna, what Yashoda Mai is doing. They have their son. They love their children also. But that love, that attraction is automatic towards Krishna. They want to do that. The cows, right? The cows, they have their calves, but they want to feed Krishna their milk. They want Krishna to be their calf. So Krishna had understood that inner secret or inner desire of every gopi and every calf or cows. So he expanded himself as all. This was his chance to fulfill their desire. See, Krishna, when he does something, he actually takes care of multiple things in one Leela. So here he wanted to take care of all the gopis' wishes and all the cows' wishes. That day, when Krishna returned with all the Gopa Balakas and the calves back to the village, none of the gopi looked at Krishna, it says. Why? Because their own child was Krishna. They felt that fulfillment, they felt that completeness when they hugged their own children. The cows, when they gave milk to their calves, they felt that fulfillment. Nobody looked at Krishna that day. So this, to fulfill everybody's desire, Krishna expanded himself. So then what happens? So that is what our natural inclination, right? Everybody's natural inclination is to serve Krishna. When we serve Krishna, we feel complete. It is not for Krishna to feel complete. We will feel complete, and that's why we need to do service. We are thinking, right, oh, I'm sacrificing all my sense gratification for Krishna. That is not true. We are satisfying ourselves. In the name of Krishna, we are satisfying. Here also, it is our wish only. It is not Krishna's wish. Krishna wants us, that is true. But when we do it, Krishna is paripurna. He is complete. He doesn't need any of us. He doesn't need any of our relationship. But he loves us eternally. And that's why he is like waiting for us to come back home. When I do service to Krishna, I feel more complete. I feel more satisfied than Krishna. Krishna feels satisfied. Don't get me wrong. He will feel satisfied. But the pleasure is more for me doing things for Krishna. Here also, when all those Gopapalakas and everybody hugged their mother and calves were, milked by the cows and the gopis felt very fulfilled, very, very fulfilled. So this goes on for a long time. After this goes on for a long time, what happens is it's about 4 or 5 days before 1 year is completed. Okay. I think there were 6 days or 5 days left for 1 year to get completed. Krishna is like acting like everybody's children, everybody's calf for almost 1 year. He's kept up with this drama for 1 year. Then what happens is one day they are actually going near Govardhan. Balram would be at home. I forgot to mention this. When Aghasura's Leela happens, that is Balram Jayanti. Balram's happy birthday. So he stays back at home. Rohini Mataji and Yashoda Mai says, Balram, you stay back at home because we have to give you a bath and you have to do lot of charity and homa and everything today. Krishna wants to go to the forest, let him go. And then Aghasura attacks and then Brahma takes away all this. So Balram was not there all this time. But this time, the last 5 days or 6 days before 1 year is getting completed, Balram and Krishna are gazing their calves. Then what happens, on the top of the mountain of Govardhan, some cowherd boys with their cows, they're all there. Suddenly the cows will see the calves down the mountain. They will leave their grazing. They will all run and come. They will all run and come to feed the calves. See, one more thing we have to understand. These cows have many calves. Although they have many calves, they will forget giving milk to the smaller calves. The calves which are Krishna, which are older, they are giving milk to that. So the cowherd boys will get puzzled. How come a mother should feed the smaller calves? She has given up her smaller calf. She's given up her gazing of that grass, and she is feeding this calf which Krishna is, taking care of, and the Gopabalakas are taking care of. They get it out. And the cowherd men, they are not boys, they are cowherd men who are gazing the cows. They will also run and come. Why? Because all the cowherd boys, the Gopabalakas are there, they'll go and hug them. They will feel very astonished. How come suddenly everybody loves their children, but they can't stay away from their children for the last 1 year? Wherever they see, they will going and hugging. Wherever the cow sees that calf, the cow is coming and running and coming, because that is the attraction of Krishna. Krishna is very attractive. See, what form you see is not important. Inside is Krishna. They all know that somehow. So they're all attracted to Krishna. Then Balram will get a doubt. Oh, there is something which is mistaken here. Something is going on. So he asks Krishna, what happened? I'm suspecting this is what happened, right? I think it is all you only, right? Then Krishna actually reveals to him, yes, it is all me only, like this, because I couldn't find the calves and the Gopabalakas, and this is what happened. Then Balram comes to know the truth. And what happens is, Brahma is bewildered now again. See, Brahma he took the calves, he took the children, but they're intact. How is that intact? He's worried. He looks at them closely. Each one is a four-handed Vishnu. Every Gopabalaka is a four-handed Vishnu, and every calves he is seeing Vishnu in them. And that time he understands, Krishna is unlimited. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. And I am small, tiny, teeny thing, he will realize. He will realize that, Krishna can do anything. Anytime, anything Krishna wants to do, he will do. So Acharya has given example how insignificant we are. That is what Brahma felt at that moment. If you have a very bright sunlight, right? And if you go and light a small candle on a summer afternoon, how insignificant that light of that summer light is. In the darkness, that little candle will be good only. But in the daytime, when the sun is out, it is so insignificant, right? Our lives are like that. There are millions of Brahmandas, millions of heavenly planets, millions of everything. And we are in that Brahmanda, one earth, on that 𝓥𝓲𝒏𝒅𝒉𝒖, we are a small, teeny, tiny, in our house, in our room, if you think, we are so small, we are so insignificant. But Krishna never treats us like that. Although he has the power and he is so supreme, he never treats us as small. Whenever we call out to Krishna, whenever we say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, he's sitting right next to us. He will give up everything. He will come right next to us. He'll come and sit. How many of the mothers, how many of the fathers today are doing it? If my child calls out, I will wait for them to call 10 times before I respond. Or I'll be angry that they called me also. But Krishna is not like that. Once if you call him, he is right next to. And that powerful Krishna, we are so insignificant, and that powerful Krishna will come and sit next to us. So that is what Brahma sees. He sees so many, every cowherd boy is a four-armed Mahavishnu. Every calf is a four-armed Mahavishnu. Then he will realize, oh yes, this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The other thing the Acharya says is, Goloka Vrindavana is like that. Goloka Vrindavana is a place where envy, jealousy, and all these bewilderment, frustration, nothing can happen there. A person who puts his foot there should be 100% pure. Whatever exists in Goloka Vrindavan is 100% pure. We are not able to see the Goloka Vrindavan in India. What is there right now? It says it is a manifestation from the spiritual world. It came from the spiritual world. It is not, see, for us, we will think it depends on how you see, right? Even if you go to the temple, if you see Krishna, if you think it is a stone, it is a stone. If you think it is Krishna, it is Krishna. How you reciprocate, the same way Krishna reciprocates. And Prabhupada many times says that. He says that Krishna, with his causeless mercy, said okay and took his manifestation in that deity. The deity that we worship, he doesn't have to do that, but Krishna said okay, because we are fallen souls, right? We can't see properly. We need an image. We need a deity to serve. If we say, okay, Krishna is in the spiritual world, he is here also, it is a power of Krishna is water, power of Krishna is sunlight, all that is okay. But for me to serve him, right, I want a form, I want a deity. So once I start serving that deity, I will get that knowledge of serving Krishna. And that's why Krishna agreed to come in that form, as a deity form. So that Goloka Vrindavana is a very, very, Akrura came to take Krishna to Mathura, because Kamsa had sent him, right? When he came there, right, he rolled on the mud. The minute he entered, his chariot entered Goloka. The minute it touched that Goloka, he just got out of his chariot and he started rolling on the mud. You know why? Because he saw Krishna's footprint there. He said, all you demigods and all the Vrindavan people, they're all always seeing Krishna. I am in between all the asuras. It is very difficult for me to see Krishna or Krishna's paraphernalia. And now that I have all this Krishna's footprints, I want it all over my body, he said, and he started rolling. The Gopi Chanda that we use to put our tilak is none other than the mud of Goloka. If that mud of Goloka, it is for our protection. Why we put tilaka and everything? It's not for Krishna again, it is for our protection. Krishna should protect his foot stamp. The 2 lines that we put is his 2 foot stamp, right? We want that on us so that it can protect us. Krishna's name, Krishna's rupa as a deity, Krishna's Leela, everything is a protection for us. It is nothing for Krishna. It is all for us. And he's done all that for us so that we can remember. When your child is very small, right? If you're leaving them to school, or if you have to separate, first few days of separation, right? When they start school, you actually send them their favorite toy or their favorite blanket. Something you send, right? For remembrance, so that, they feel they are at home. They don't miss you so much. It is the same way. Krishna has sent all these things so that we don't feel lonely. We remember him and we go back to him also. Today we've all forgotten him. For reminding us, he has sent us all this. Usually we carry a picture of a person whom we really like. We carry that picture everywhere, right? The same way, Krishna has sent all these things for us to remember him. So they say Goloka is not an ordinary place. It is a Vaikunta. It's beyond Vaikunta actually. Goloka is above Vaikunta. Vaikunta is lower because it's all enjoyment there also a little bit. But Goloka is where Krishna is, and it is the best place without any envy, without any problems there. And here, one more thing I wanted to say. Let me finish this and then we'll go to that. Brahma realizes his mistake. He gives back all the cowherd boys. He gives back all the calves. But because of the anartha he did, because of that bewilderment and frustration, he took the devotees away from Krishna. He took the calves away from Krishna. He actually surrenders unto Krishna. Krishna this is very beautiful. If you imagine the scene, right? Krishna is a 5-year-old boy. He still has that yogurt pot in his hand, one hand, and a flute in the other hand. Okay. And he's just standing like this. Brahma comes, he is crying, he surrenders unto Krishna, he prays unto Krishna. Through his tears, it is said, he washes the leg of Krishna. And that is what is Brahmakund today in Goloka, or you can see Brahmakund also. That Kund is also there. It is nothing but tears of Brahma. And that is the location where this Leela took place. He is praying, he's crying, and he's weeping, and he's asking for forgiveness. And he takes this pradakshina of Krishna, the Bala Gopal, small Krishna, and Krishna never even looks. He is just standing like that only. He's looking here, he's looking there, he's not even concentrating on Brahma. That ordinary kid-like mentality he's showing there. And second thing is, he was very angry with Brahma for doing this. See, many other people like Indra and everybody have insulted Krishna in not knowingly and everything. But Krishna immediately forgave them, it seems. Brahma, it took him a long time for Krishna to forgive Brahma. Why is that? Because all the other places when they insulted, they brought Krishna, somehow in that Leela, they brought Krishna closer to his bhaktas. Here, Brahma took away Krishna's devotees away from him. And Krishna cannot tolerate that. Krishna cannot tolerate his bhaktas away from him. His calves also, Krishna loves the cows and the calves very much. He took away. And he understands, he prays to Krishna. He says, please, can I go now? He asks his permission. Krishna doesn't react only. He is just quietly standing there. He's looking somewhere else. That baby's thing is also there. For us, in the Leela, it look as if, oh, it's a child. Its child is distracted. But actually, Krishna was distracted because he was not feeling good of what Brahma had done. And because Krishna did not say anything, Brahma walks away from that place. So that is, and one more thing I wanted to say, I told you, right? This is the other thing. See, Brahma took the calves and the Gopa Balakas, right? He took. Somebody calls him in the Brahmaloka, somebody calls him, and he turns there for 1 second. 1 second he turns, it seems there. It said Brahma winks his eyes, closes his eyes and opens his eyes. By then, 1 year is over in Goloka. So you can understand the relativity of time. 1 second in Brahmaloka is 1 year in Goloka. By then, 1 year had passed and Krishna had become all the Gopa Balakas, it's said. So I wanted to bring this point to understand the relativity of time. Like Brahma's 100 years, we say, right? 100 years, all that we say, right? And all the Chatur Yugas, 71 into 14 Chatur Yugas have to get completed in our Loka for Brahma's 1 day. And like that, he is 100 years alive. So here, 1 second of Brahma was 1 year in Bhuloka. He just winks his eye. He took the children and the calves away. He closes his eyes and he opens, and then all the Gopapalakas, everybody are there already. So 1 year has already completed. To give the essence of time, Acharyas actually explained this to us also. And then this is natural when they are coming back, right? All the Gopapalakas. So Brahma says sorry. He returns all the calves. He returns all the children, Gopapalakas, and they're all coming back in the evening. They're all coming back home. And that's why when they come back after 1 year, they are telling the story of Aghasura to their parents as if it happened yesterday, because all the Gopabalakas were in mystic sleep for 1 year. But the parents did not miss them because Krishna had taken their form. The other thing which gives us evidence that, it was Krishna is when they are walking, Krishna is walking behind them. In the photo, it looks as if he is walking, because I couldn't find one where he's walking behind. Krishna is walking behind all the Gopabalakas, all the calves, because All these people, all the Gopabalakas and calves were in Yoga Nidra, mystic sleep, right? So they've lost their way how to use their leg. So they're finding it very hard to walk. So Krishna is standing behind them to make sure, nobody falls or something happens to them. They're all finding it so difficult to walk. They don't know what happened. For them, it's as if they killed Aghasura, they had lunch and they're coming home. But actually 1 year has passed. With that, devotees, I will end today's session. This is Brahma Vimochana Leela. There is a lot of layers into it, as I said. Each of the instances that I said, right, we can go deeper into that. But it is very difficult for me because my brain only so much I could get. So next time when we do this, we'll try to see if we can go a little more deeper and understand every movement, every turn, every thought of Krishna, every form of Krishna. We'll go in more depth. Hare Krishna, dear devotees.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. It was like taking back to the Leela when it happened, Mataji, frankly speaking. So I relished at every moment, and probably when you talked about he taking the form of the covered boys and the calves in itself, and then going back to Gopikas to satisfy the desire of all the Vrindavan Brajavasis. So that is actually was like mesmerizing for me. I was just trying to imagine being in that place, Mataji. It was a very good one. And devotees, do let us know if there are any questions. So Mataji will try to answer them.